Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, depending on where you're at hanging out with us today. Today's going to be a little bit more of a chill, sit back, kick back, chat a little bit. We're going to recap a little bit of last week's um, report. This has been a very busy week. We're actually getting a lot busier. We have been reaching out to a group of beta testers. So that's the big news right now. We may have a couple little alpha drops, but I'm not sure. We've shared a little bit in the past, but I think we're going to have to save the alpha drops for next week. But look for some Easter eggs maybe over the next few days, over the weekend, maybe into the first part of next week. But yeah, we're kind of in the grind of it right now. Things are starting to move really fast. There's a lot of irons in the fire, but we got a good crew here with us. We've got Big Bear from the Mastermind Council, as well as Dave and Cece. Welcome,
Hi
guys.
guys, alright.
What's up, Axion fam?
It's good to see you guys. But yeah, in fact, we got a little bit of a late start because we were just kind of hanging out, chatting, and
we're chilling in the green room. We're like, oh,
chilling in the green room, and next thing we know, it's like, wait a minute, we're late, guys.
3 minutes late.
So I'm actually posting a couple things in Discord right now just to let everybody know we're live. But I don't even know someone. Hey, Cece, can you grab the link to the actual YouTube video and drop it here under my my post real quick?
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, so we're just going to kind of hang out and chill, do a little bit of a recap from last week. I kind of feel like the last few live streams have felt rushed. I don't know if they felt rushed from those that are watching, but we're trying to keep these to 30 minutes. And the reason we're trying to keep them to 30 minutes is we hope if they're only 30 minutes long, people will also come back and watch them later. And we have seen that engagement and the views of these live streams going up. So that's good. That's a positive. We do have a flash quest right now on Zealy around this live stream. That flash quest will end in about an hour. So I have it set up so it lasts about an hour after the live stream. And some USDC giveaways in that, some generous XP. We are going to be using our leaderboard. So if you are one of our Zealy campaigners, the leaderboard will come into play at some point. We're doing a lot to help mix it up and give people a chance that are really low to get up higher. Those that come in late or missed some of the previous flash quests. And we're going to be doing some sprint quests. So we might be starting a sprint quest campaign on Monday. I have a little bit more to learn so I can handle that and do that appropriately. We did just have a big payout just recently. And I wanted to have some more stats to share with everybody. But I spent the last couple of days, my son was in town. We went down to see one of the projects that we're working with down in Vegas. They are a production company, and we're looking to connect them with the Star Dogs and Real Vision Entertainment. So through the Star Dogs, there's a loose connection with Real Vision Entertainment, and they've done a lot of big movies. And Star Dogs, if you don't know this, one of our partners here is doing. They have a creative way that you can get involved in movie production through their NFTs and through their ecosystem. And they've already had some of their NFT holders participate in the films that they're making. These are high quality films, by the way. They're faith-based and they're extremely well done films. If you've seen Average Joe or Phil Robertson, the Phil Robertson story, there's a movie called Disciples. I can't remember all of them, but they have a big handful, a good handful of really high quality movies. So I went down to meet with one of my connections who is in the process of vetting production companies. And So I went down and made sure that they got the information and that they're connected. And I just had a really good time with my son. So we got back late last night and he took off this morning and I just didn't have time to get everything prepped. But you know, we should know this by now, guys, right? We should know what we're talking about. So anyway, so yeah, we're working on putting our beta testers together. We're going to have some Easter eggs dropping here pretty soon. Yeah, it's good to have you guys with us here today. I'm going to be doing a couple of like mini short little videos that we're going to wrap into some of our questing to get people even more engaged and really wrapping your minds around exactly what we're doing, because the way Jeff likes the way Big Bear likes to put it, you know, we're looking to be, the DAO wants to be the BlackRock for DeFi. So any thoughts, guys, as I kind of figure out what I'm going to talk about next?
No, I mean, it's been it's like, for me too, it's kind of been one of those busy weekends, IRL for me. You know, obviously the markets are taking a bit of a breather over the weekend, and
Is that what we're
that's
calling
fine. A breather, yeah. We'll just call it a breather. I don't like calling it anything else because I don't want to give it that kind of energy, but but yeah, no, it's you know, things are moving forward. You know, we've had some really good team meetings. It's really all starting to come together. You know, where the T's are getting crossed, the I's are getting dotted, and we're inching closer and closer every day. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I really think the community is going to dig what the first iteration of what Axion DAO is going to look like on base. The first iteration, I think they're really going to dig it. And you know, it's very interactive. It's going to have you coming back every day just to play a little bit, and at the same time keeping everybody in the ecosystem. Hopefully, if they're playing the game properly, they're staying in a net positive position, which benefits everybody in the long run. So, and you know, like I've said in the past, we're building out this ecosystem for the long run. This isn't a pump and dump. This isn't a Axion anniversaries. Well, we're coming up on 5 years in November.
Yep.
We're still here, and we plan on still being here for at least another 5, 10, hopefully more. You know, as long as we continue to build and develop the ecosystem, and like I've said in the past, become the BlackRock of DeFi. You know, without the nefarious connotations that might be attached to some people think about BlackRock, but basically, like, we want to become the DeFi candy store for a lot of the TradFi people that are looking for a home in DeFi, because that movement is, I mean, it's pretty much all said and done. It's happening. People will drag their feet. Some will kick and scream, but the movement is definitely Web3, digital-based, digital finance, and we want to make sure that we're at the forefront of that innovation and development for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and you dropped a little alpha. I don't know if you realize you dropped a little alpha. I think it's the first time we used the word game in one of our.
Maybe I did. Oops.
No, so here's this. This is the Easter egg. This is the slight alpha. So, as you know, we had the accelerator, we have the collider. We've been giving out some collider NFTs. We've had a few people win some collider NFTs, and we're still we've got about 200 of those collider NFTs that we're going to be giving out over the next couple of weeks, specifically just to get people engaged with the back end of the previous system. But ultimately, if some of those colliders are successful, then those will be new members that are going to be kicking off and starting out with a small little stake in the DAO once we relaunch. And so we are using the particle NFTs as in part of our Zealy quests. We have sunsetted the accelerator, but and I know we've mentioned in the past that we're looking to the way we're really kind of seeing the accelerator be a part of the ecosystem moving forward is this engagement mechanism, a fun, entertaining way to stay engaged, but more so, it's a liquidity accelerator. It's a way that you, as members of the DAO, as participants in the project, can participate in liquidity through our dashboard. So you don't have to figure out how to go to a DApp and how to set up a pair and how to find your pair and how to measure and how to monitor your pair. It's all going to be here on the dashboard. So getting users involved in the liquidity participation of the project is really where we see a lot of value in building our liquidity, building that foundation, and having our members participate in that. And we're not talking huge amounts. This is going to be very low entry. It's going to be an opportunity to step into participating in liquidity, learning about liquidity and how liquidity can really give your project a solid foundation. And from there, as you participate in liquidity, there are going to be some benefits behind that and some opportunities to be engaged, to earn particles, to convert particles, to upgrade and participate in some of the other things that we're going to be rolling out. And this is just going to be, the beginning. We're looking at introducing several tools over the course of the next few months. I'm already exploring a few of those things myself. So
you just dropped some alpha on top of my alpha.
Did I?
Good for you. Yeah, I feel like you just raised me in a poker hand.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to lay it out because foundationally, we want people to understand really foundationally what it is going to be, as opposed to what that initial image, is going to look like. And so understanding the mechanics and the purpose and the value of what we're going to do, I think is going to be critical. And so I think the technical side of things is going to be important. But no, I think that was perfect, though. This is kind of what I wanted. I wanted to have a little bit more of an organic conversation today. And if we have an oops, then we have to roll with it. So, no, really starting to get excited, starting to enjoy this process a lot more. It's a little less clinical and mechanical right now. We're getting into some of the fun parts. We've got a handful of projects that we're going to be connecting with and bringing into our collaboration, that collaboration mindset. Some are small, some are bigger, but ultimately what we're looking at when we engage with a community is how long has this community been around? Have they been around 6 months? A year? Okay. 2 years? All right. 3, 4? Okay. These are a lot of projects a lot of the projects we're talking about have been building and working in this space for at least 2 years, sometimes more. We have a couple that are younger, but they've accomplished a lot in that time frame. And so while the community in and of itself may not be huge, what they're doing is huge. And being able to bring those things in under our wings, lift them, they lift us, and we start really collaborating. Because ultimately what the DAO needs to really stand for is engagement, community, involvement, education, learning, participating in a safe environment, in an environment where where you can at least have confidence that the team is really here to accomplish what DeFi set out to accomplish in the beginning and got wrecked. But there are people out there building that are doing things right, that are doing things for their communities. And so that's really what we're looking at. And Dave here, one of our Mastermind Council members, he's one of those who's been involved with a lot of these other projects, and he's seen what it's taken for them to grow and to survive and to accomplish the things that they've accomplished. So Dave is going to be a really awesome resource for helping us build these relationships and isolating the relationships that are going to be, give us the most strength and the most advantage as a whole together, not just one-sided. So How you doing, Dave? So, Dave, we have a space coming up at the top of the hour. Another space. It's not our normal space. It's a new one that Dave's doing. Maybe I don't know. Share a little bit about that, Dave, because I was the primary guest last week. We had a great time, talked about a lot. So if you missed it, you missed. You really did. You missed out. And so I'll be at the space today. I might get up on the stage. I don't know how much we'll be talking about everything we're doing. Maybe a little bit. I know I'm pretty sure they have other guests, but I'm going to shut up and let Dave maybe take over for just a minute or two if he's available.
Just for a moment or two. Good evening. Good evening. It's it's a little bit sad. It's 8:20 and it's now dark in the UK. We're getting to that time of year. It's the evenings are drawing in. But yeah, the spaces back to the blockchain is the name of it. It's been running for a bit longer under a different name, but that's a whole other story. It's essentially like what we want it to be is a bit like a fireside chat, really, with projects, ideally. But if not, just with ourselves about topics that are either current or about what those projects are going on. So sort of like an informal chat with people we know. And a week late and BDK. I just want to be a supporting cast member for them. Essentially, they're both working with a couple of different brands that they're trying to build. Ocean Racing League, NFT game on Polygon. That's like a underwater version of Z. Is a loose way to describe Ocean Racing League. And they've been around for like 3 years. They've got like a close knit community that they play every week or nearly every week, and this Spaces is designed to push them and a week late and a couple of projects that he's involved in primarily. So yeah, we're sort of taking it as it comes. We have guests most weeks. I think there's only been two weeks out of 15 or 16 when we haven't had guests booked in. Seeing Mike popping up, Hermie from Meta Rides. We'd love to have those guys on at some point, but I know they're busy. Same CC at some point with what you've got going on. We'd love to have you come up and chat at some point, but it's quite late. It's 9 p.m. in the UK, and I know you have early starts. So
I will do, Dave, one day. Appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, more than welcome. So it's just,
Thank
as I say, it's just hopefully what is a comfortable conversation where people get the opportunity to talk about what they've got going on, and maybe that one back to the blockchain. Thanks, VDK. 4 p.m. this afternoon. So yeah, hopefully I've described it well enough, and all of the stuff that's happening with Axion is exciting. I can't wait to get involved in some of this testing that you've been talking about tonight. And I don't want to share any more than that. I'm not going to play your poker game. I don't know what's okay to share and what's not.
Well, and it's a poker game that the rules keep changing, even on me. So no. Yeah, no. I appreciate your comments, and that's the thing. We're as we're building our team, we're also looking for people that are going to participate in the DAO that the DAO is not necessarily just their only focus. The DAO is a big part of what they want to see grow and become a solid foundation. But we're looking at other projects and other project leaders to participate in our council to help us navigate these conversations, as well as some of our just our community members. So at some point, we're going to have a few community member seats that we're going to be inviting people to come in and participate on the council. In fact, again, this is kind of going off on a tangent a little bit. So you probably can't see this really well, but it says bylaws up here. So this is our bylaws. I actually finally had some time yesterday on our drive down to Vegas, and I read through them. And so I'm asking, I have questions. We're working with the attorney to create these bylaws, but this is going to be the governing language behind the DAO and how the DAO can operate, what it can do, what it can't do, what it takes to do something, and what it takes to change something. which is all going to be centered around whether it's a team vote, a council vote, or a community vote. Eventually, every single aspect of these decision-making processes will be managed by a contract. These contracts will be filed with the state of Utah. So the state of Utah will be reviewing these contracts to make sure that they conform to the legislation that will allow us to be recognized as a legitimate entity, and maintain, and this is the beauty, and maintain the autonomous nature of the project. So as people, as we have members and as we have people signing on, the state of Utah will have those records, but we don't have to put everybody's information out on the in the open market, partly for protection. But if there's ever a problem, state of Utah is going to know who we are, what we're doing, and there are several of us that are comfortable being fully doxxed. I'm fully doxxed, and I'm totally comfortable with that. There's several of us that have made that choice. So anyway, a little bit of a rabbit hole. There are just a couple of things I do want to just kind of do a reprise real quick of some of the past stuff. So we are in the midst of our 50K giveaway. This is a multi-month, this is a 4 to 6 month program. And we're giving away. So right now, this week, we've had 4 new quests this week. I'll be dropping a couple more probably tomorrow. I'm probably going to be dropping one this afternoon for a space that I'll be on Saturday. But we're using these Zealy campaigns to not just help us get the word out, but we're doing these in a way that we hope those that are participating in the quests really digest and understand the message and look at this as a real opportunity to participate in something that could have a really loud voice and a strong presence in how DeFi is rolled out over the next 5-10 years. So this is we've been around for 5 years, and we do intend to be around no less than another 5 years. But ultimately, we intend to be here and just to whatever that looks like over the next 5, 10, 20 years. As new leadership takes over, as new ideas come in, as new tools and new opportunities, especially as we're able to start compensating our DAO members as the project starts to see good, solid revenue. We have some very, very strong concepts and ideas that we want to roll out that have every opportunity to be a good, solid revenue generating system. So this is what we're going to look at as we move forward. But so the engagement campaigns that we're doing, it's not just about getting the word out. It really is about bringing people into this ecosystem that maybe at one point have gotten disillusioned with everything, and kind of everything's kind of turned into a moment, a flash in the pan. Having been here now for 5 years, we can honestly say we're not a flash in the pan. We've been here. We've been through a lot of struggles. We've nearly collapsed, but we found pathways, and now we're healthy, and now we're actually a lot more healthy than you might think. And so that is a very exciting opportunity for us.
Well, something I'll add to that is that, with all of the new eyeballs that we have on the community right now, leading into the migration over to base, like I came from the community, you came from the community, like, Dave, CC, everybody's come from the community. So when you are adding thousands and thousands of new people, new eyeballs to a project, you just never know where the next great idea is going to come from, the next collaboration is going to come from. And by the mere fact that we're taking the proper road by establishing, a physical company, an actual DAO in the state of Utah, where legislation is in place to support that infrastructure, the creative freedoms that allows us moving forward, it just gives us a whole lot more clarity on the landscape of, like you said before, what we can do and what we can't do. But it allows us the creative freedoms to flesh out the ecosystem in so many different ways. And I never ever think of myself as the smartest guy in the room. Not even half that. Like, I'm a creative guy, and I'm not a techie guy. I'm a creative guy, and I like to put ideas forward and try and bring them to development stage. But it'll be somebody that's joining this ecosystem, that's joining this community, that is going to rise. The cream rises to the top, and they're going to say something that's going to catch the attention of the mastermind council or advisors or the team. And the next great idea could come from somebody that is very brand new to Axion DAO through the migration or on the base side. So yeah, I'm excited about the path forward for sure.
Yeah. And we're building some really amazing opportunities. In fact, if you missed last week, I think we'll play this little walkthrough video if you guys would like. We are about 33 minutes in, but I did want to extend this a little bit. I just wanted to have this to be a little bit more comfortable conversation. So CC, Dave, if you have anything to add, don't feel free to interrupt me at any time. We have some really good turnout. We are currently, I still haven't, you know what? I need to set it up so I can go look. I'm just going to go look at LinkedIn real quick.
I would just like to say, could we keep this live stream going for a few more hours? Because my project's up 47%. the buyers is just go ba-bing, ba-bing. So, yes, right, guys, live stream for Axion. We're staying on for another 3 hours, okay?
Yeah. You know what? You can stay on.
I'll stay all night. I'll chat to anyone.
Let me. I'm going to pull this up. Let me see if it's pulling up.
If you guys haven't checked out Income Island, download it off of Windows. You do need a powerful graphics card, but the graphics on it is absolutely amazing.
Well, and you can trim the graphics. Let me go ahead and play that. I'm going to play this while I'm looking.
Yes, yeah, it's unbelievable what Income Island are doing, guys. Really. No.
So this is, and hopefully this will.
I mean, that is GTA graphics. That.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
And it highlights. So they've got a pretty significant partnership with QuickSwap. There's the crypto exchange. It is sponsored by QuickSwap. We have Tootsie in here. We have MetaRides. We have Rogue Bunnies. We have LinkedIn, NFA. We didn't go through the NFA building. I think next time we'll take a look at the NFA building. Right now, so there was a link. So I need to go. I think
just look at the graphics on it, guys. Yeah.
The fact that you can go into the metaverse and actually trade on the QuickSwap platform right inside the metaverse is crazy. That's so cool.
Okay. And it highlights, so they've got a pretty significant. Okay. I found it on LinkedIn, but it's not easy to find. So now I got to figure out how to make it easier to find. So it is right now. It's broadcasting live on LinkedIn. We're on X live right now. You can see there was actually a few comments in here from people on X. We've got Peter Hawk 71. He's saying ambassador, repost the stream. Hey, thanks, Peter Hawk. So that's on X. So we do have people on X. We are going to look at an upgrade that'll let us broadcast to like 7 different platforms. We are looking to add Twitch. We're looking to add
Kick.
Yeah, Kick.
Kick's another one. TikTok.
Yeah. So we are looking to add different platforms to our messaging and our engagement, because we want to reach a very broad audience. But if you're just joining us, we've gone a little bit over some of what we've been doing for the last week, but this is our walkthrough inside Income Island. And even if you don't have like a really high-end graphics card, you can go into the settings, drop it down. Here's what's crazy, guys. I've dropped mine down, not to the lowest setting, but I've dropped it down to like 1 step up, and it still looks phenomenal. So this is the grand entrance into the Axion Dow compound in Income Island.
Nice. So good.
And we've taken the 3D objects that we created the original launch video with, that you watched when we play every time right before a live stream. That exact rocket and that exact launch pad is in this build, and we're going to see it here in just a minute. In fact, as he goes up, you might see it. We're going to go up to,
he's going up to the restaurant now.
Yeah, we're going up to the restaurant. This is a rotating restaurant. Pyro's pineapple pizza is going to be one of the first things on the menu. We decided that in one of our X spaces a few weeks back. We're looking to use this platform as a place where people can come. You can come hang out at the restaurant. You can come hang out at the control building, what I call mission control. You can see the rocket out there, and we're going to drop into mission control. From mission control, we can launch that rocket. You can also launch the rocket. You can go up to the rocket and launch it. But when we do reveals or when we do launches, because we do want to get back to one of the biggest things we want to do in the future is we want to be able to not just do DeFi project launches, but we want to also make registered fundraisers, VC level type registered fundraisers available to our vesting pool community. So if you join one of our vesting pools and you participate in those, and this is sometime down the future, this is not going to happen right away, but once we have all of the legal paperwork and everything done, we anticipate we're going to be able to provide a pathway for our members to participate in registered fundraisers as a group, not as individuals. So it'll be a little bit different, but I think he's going to change right now. He's going to change into the Axion Dow avatar.
This put on a spacesuit.
Yeah, he's going to put on a spacesuit.
There he goes.
There's the Axion Dow astronaut. There's the Axionaut. So if you've been with the project from the beginning, we've always called Axion supporters Axionauts. And there you go. There's your very first Axionaut, live and in person. And I wouldn't recommend you stand there though.
Toasted frog.
Yeah,
that'd be toasty spot there for sure.
He's happy. He's got a little, looks like he's got a little smoke dust on his teeth, but hey. So, and eventually one of the things I would love to do, if you're from back in the day and you remember us participating in Polycon was one of the first virtual DeFi conferences, and it went really well. They had some problems, but for those of us who were able to get in and participate, it went really well. And I'm still working with people that I connected with at Polycon on a very high level. The people I met through Polycon are still a big part of what we're doing today. So we're looking to host a virtual online conference here inside the metaverse eventually. So you don't have to go to Denver to go to ETH Denver, or you don't have to go to New York to go to NFT NY. Is that NYNFT? What is it, Dave? I can't remember. But you don't have to travel.
NFT NYC, and
The NYC, yeah.
whilst we're talking about events, it's something that I've got a big chunk of experience with in regards to sort of online virtual events in terms of supporting and seeing how they're put together from digital art showcases to sort of networking conferences. And I'm excited that we've got the opportunity to dive into some of this stuff with Income Island and what they're doing. I think it's a great way to showcase different things to enable networking and conferencing and creating different types of event, but to also potential out our community to host events as well, like people from within our community that are building things like, I don't know, CC, for example, maybe he wants to do something with his token in there with his community. Like, I think that's the kind of thing that we should be looking to use this for in the long term and figuring out
Yes,
pathways
definitely.
to that.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, with the way we're approaching everything is nothing is off the table. We've got people coming in every day, every week with ideas. We've got several collaboration tickets open. Some of them are one-sided, and I'll be honest with you, we're looking at equal value type relationships. One-sided relationships don't last. So as much as we love what they're doing, if it's too one-sided, it's probably not going to be for us. There needs to be some give and take. You need to, if we're going to collaborate with another project, those projects need to see the full value of what we're attempting to bring to the blockchain. And I'm not being, a butthead about it. I'm not being egotistical about it. I'm actually very proud of what we're looking to build, and I'm very excited about it. And I do feel like there's some opportunities here to really to lift each other in this as we go through this process. So we love ideas, and if you have ideas, we want to hear those ideas. If you have things that you're working on, the only thing that we ask is that they're ready for market, because we've had a few people reach out with projects with ideas that just simply aren't ready for market yet. And while it paints this awesome picture, we need to make sure that what, when we're working with something, they already have something in market, or it's about to go to market. And I'm actually talking about a couple of the projects that we've been working with for a couple of years, that have new stuff that are ready for market that we're really excited about. So if it's really ready for market, or if it's actually engaged in marketing, the market, then we definitely want to explore that and see where it might fit. Keep in mind, again, it might not fit today, but we can look at where it's going to fit in this journey, because we're looking at a very long-term journey. So we're going to need new ideas and new opportunities on a regular basis. And that's the real nice thing, is we've got those things. Those things are starting to line up. We are starting to get a lot more people coming in that are sharing ideas. And so, no, that's why we're here. And we don't want to get locked into just one thought or one idea or one purpose. The DAO is going to have its little tentacles reaching out in as many areas as we can, as we're able to execute them, as we're able to sustain them. That's critical. So while it's fun to look at and play with shiny new objects, we need to make sure that those are sustainable, and that they're going to add value over time. We owe nothing less to our community. So,
well, and people that are bringing ideas to the forefront, or suggesting things that could be beneficial for the ecosystem, just because it may not be the right fit right now doesn't mean it's not going to be a right fit down the road. So, you know, I would implore people to continue to keep the dialogue up, and you know, if you have an idea that isn't getting well received or getting a lot of attention on it right now, it's obviously because we have our plates rather full. We're trying to get through this migration and you know, the initial first launch of what we're going to present to the community. But once we're based, once Axion is based, you know, then we can sort of take the blinders off, so to speak, and start to look at other things. So
yeah, yep. I think so. I'm going to briefly go over this. I'm going to go over our SIVA tutorial. We do have some comments in here that I want to throw up, and
I'm gonna have to, just before you jump to that, I'm gonna have to leave, guys, because
Yeah.
space is in 10 minutes. But
Yep.
yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited at everything coming. Can't wait to jump in on some testing and give you all loads of wonderful feedback. And yeah, it's a good time to be around Axion at the moment, and I'm grateful to be.
awesome. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I'll probably take a short break after this, but I'll hop on probably 15-20 minutes after.
Brilliant. See you in a bit.
Okay. So if you're on our Discord, we do have our own internal mechanism for engagement. And there have been a few people that have had little problems. I've reported this to the SIVA team, mainly with connecting your X account to this. So if you have a problem connecting your X account inside of the Discord server, we're working on a fix for that. But you can still you can still pull up your account. You can add your wallets if you are an OG. If you have OG NFTs, then we highly recommend you connect your wallet. It's this, you'll go into, you'll find this at account management in Discord. It's right under the Zealy Quest thread. You'll click on my account, which will pop this up. Then you'll be able to click on wallets, and you'll be able to add your wallets that have your NFTs. And then as you engage on the Discord server, you're going to be earning XP. You're going to be earning, in fact, right now you could be earning, it's either EAXND or VAXND. I have to, does it say it right here? Oh, it's EAXND. So you can actually start earning EAXND, which will later be, you'll be able to convert to AXND. And we're going to have a mechanism. Someone's at the front door. They're going to have to wait. You'll be able to convert that to AXND. In fact, I'm going to pull this up.
And just think, guys, that's free money. Yeah, you just got to do a few clicks, etc. So free money. So get your backsides over to Discord. That's James Pizza at the door, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I think that's why he ran so fast. Must have been an Uber Eats coming, or a DoorDash.
Yeah. Put the pizza in the oven, James.
What's that? I'm sorry, I did get distracted for a second. Sorry.
We just said that was the pizza guy at your door.
I wish if you knew the whole story, it would be kind of disturbing. But anyway, we're dealing with a few issues here in our neighborhood. But anyway, no, it's all good. So I'm sorry, didn't mean to step on what you were saying.
No worries, carry on, bro.
No, that's fine. Carry on.
So, and I haven't updated our stats. We've been having some really awesome stats. Our stats are going up every week. Our engagement's going up every week. So we're excited about that. And we're getting people that are coming back often. So we are seeing that there are some people that are enjoying this engagement, and they're, so far they like what they're hearing. So so yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that here soon. So yeah, if you don't, I think so. I'm going to add some links to the description right after we get off, because I normally have that ready. But I think I'm pretty sure we do have the link to the Zealy campaigns. So if you have not set up a Zealy campaign account, go to Zealy, set up your account, go into your settings, get all of your socials connected, and then start questing. And I think you're going to have a good time. There's probably, if you're brand new to the questing process, there's going to be probably 8, maybe even closer to 10 live ones. I can't remember how many are still live, but there's going to be some that that you haven't that have already ended. So, but we're going to have a lot of opportunities for you to jump up on the leaderboard. We're going to have some sprint quests. We have flash quests. We're going to do a lot to mix up that leaderboard so that because eventually the top 100, 200, whatever we end up deciding as we reach towards the end of this campaign will be eligible. And from those top 100 to top 200 participants, those will be thrown into a mix for some of our larger grand prizes. So we are going to have larger prizes as we, especially once we're relaunching and relaunch. And so just keep an eye on these quests. One of the quests we have going on right now has about $700 in USDC that's up for grabs for participating, for helping us get the word out, for taking the time to learn more about the project and deciding for yourself if there's some value here, if there's some interest here, if there's some opportunity here. So really excited about that. We do have a soundtrack I'm going to play out with, but before I do that, I desperately want to get this freaking video done. We've had 2 attempts at it. We've had 2 attempts at it that just didn't hit the mark, and it's so I'm really hoping the third time's a charm, but I haven't had the gumption to go try to get the third try done. But I am going to do that because I want to have it ready, especially by next week. So for other reasons, but so we've got Augustine in here. He's been coming to a lot of our live streams. So welcome back, Scully. Welcome back. VDK in the audience. We've got Francis in the audience, but Augustine says, which information will be necessary to be part of the DAO and the waitlist? So go to support.axiondao.com. So support.axiondao.com. Specifically look for claiming tokens on base. That will be for our OGs. And then I am going to draft up. So because we're still working on some of the functionality and the process and the order of operations, if you will, I don't have a tutorial on what you'll need to do when we relaunch, but that will go up right before we relaunch so that it's very clear, very simple, very easy to participate in the DAO and to join the DAO. And I am one for humor. So I'm going to throw this next thing up here. I think Augustine wants a trump card for coming to the U.S. I don't know that we're going to be able to pull something like that off yet, but hey, like I said, no ideas are off the table. Let's see if I got in here. So this is a good question. New protocol base will be immutable or open like Axion DAO. So there's a lot of misunderstandings about what it means to be immutable or to be to throw away the keys or to be non-upgradable. And what we have learned since going to this immutable state is that it really is not all that wonderful. But everything will be in multi-sigs. Nothing will be able to be upgraded or changed without a vote through the DAO. But we are going to maintain access to these contracts. God forbid we ever have an issue in the future, a bug, a new exploit, a new this, that, or the other. We need to be able to protect the contracts. So, and that's the real sole reason that we're going to maintain that in our multi-sigs. So the owners of the owner of our contracts will be the DAO, and it will be through a multi-sig contract that manages those contracts. So
yeah, and I mean you can sort of draw the same argument around projects or contracts that are audited. Audits are good because they, for all intents and purposes, they can determine that the contract is safe, but they're not the end all be all. You see a lot of projects that spend tens of thousands of dollars getting their contracts audited, and somebody still manages to find an exploit. So although it's a good safeguard, it's something that I think is necessary, but it's definitely doesn't just because a project says that their contracts have been audited does not mean that there isn't something there that can be exploited. So,
well, and case in point, I don't know if a lot of you remember this, but there are a lot of NFT projects, including a couple of ours, on OpenSea that became subject to an exploit. And so there are a couple of our contracts now that in order for us to do anything, we would actually have to shut that contract off and redeploy a new contract. Now we were not directly affected by the exploit, but we used a tool that was. And so citing on, erring on this side of caution, OpenSea basically froze a lot of NFT collections. They're still there. You can still look at them and enjoy them, but you can't transfer them. You can't sell them. There's a lot of issues, and the majority of those got replaced. But this was about the time we were looking at potentially migrating, and so we just let them ride. And one of those is our Galaxy NFTs. The Galaxy NFT contracts are locked. Now, if you own a Galaxy NFT and you own the stakes that are behind that Galaxy NFT, those are still safe, but you can no longer sell them or transfer them, which was one of the reasons why we created them in the first place. So, but that came up because of an exploit of a third-party tool that we just so happened to use when we created that collection, and now that collection is kind of locked. And you can actually mint a new Galaxy NFT through our DApp, but then you can't transfer them, you can't sell them, and it's just eye candy at this point. So so that's really the reason why, there's just so many unknowns for the future of blockchain that being able to have access to them, being able to upgrade them, and especially like if the state of Utah decides we want you to do it this way and not that way, and if that requires us to change something in the contract, we're going to have to change it in the contract. Otherwise, we would have to redeploy a whole new ecosystem. So we don't want to have to do that. So hopefully that answers the question. It was a little long-winded. I apologize, but it really is kind of an important point, and it's a great question. So I appreciate that. One last question here. When countdown to snapshot? So 10 days before the snapshot, we will be talking about it every day, 10 days before the snapshot. Right now, that potentially is going to be October 20th. If we're going to relaunch on the 30th, which is our target date right now, we are putting together our beta testers now. So barring no issues, then around the 20th is when we're going to start that snapshot countdown. So another great question. This question real quick, which day is the reward round? So we're getting close to a point where every day we're going to be having quests end where there's going to be a payout, and we are now to where we can pay out pretty quickly once we have those have concluded. So sneak peeks, Augustine, sneak peeks for the new interface. So that will come here soon. So all right, any last thoughts, guys, before I play us out? I'm going to go ahead and play our 50K giveaway soundtrack that MetaRides created for us. We are trying to put a video together for this, and so far we've been unhappy with the results of the first two, and so we're going to work on hopefully the final right one. But Any comments, thoughts?
I got nothing more. I mean, I enjoyed this stream. It was almost like a fireside chat. It was nice. It was
Really
very,
cool one. Yep.
Very unscripted, but a lot of good information. A little bit of alpha from me, a little bit of alpha from James. You know, oops.
Yeah, if you missed it, you're gonna have. If you missed the alpha, you're gonna have to back up and watch it again. So,
but you know, the bottom line is we are as a team very, very excited. The Mastermind Council also very, very excited. We really look forward to fully sharing everything we have been gatekeeping for the community, but no, we're excited for what's coming, and we honestly feel like everybody's really going to enjoy the first iteration of the Axion DAO once we get onto base.
Yep.
And we will all be based, guys. Yep.
We'll all be based, yeah.
We will be based.
Oh, and if I can put in one shameless plug.
Okay.
One shameless plug. This weekend, it happens to be Ryder Cup weekend for anybody who follows golf and knows what the Ryder Cup is. I myself am the captain of our team that our golf club puts out here in Panama. There's 12 golf clubs in the entire country. This year, it's a yearly big tournament, and this year there's eight of the 12 clubs are competing in multiple different formats. It's all match play, and that's kind of why I've been a little bit out of touch this week. I was telling James, I said, I'm sorry, I've been really busy, but I've been the captain.
Yeah, playing golf.
Yeah, I've had a lot of responsibility.
That's really busy, guys. Yeah,
that's really busy.
Big Bear playing golf. He's back doing that as well.
Yeah, and you know what I've learned is the more I practice, the crappier my game gets. So maybe I just got to back off.
That's how I feel. I mean, yeah,
I know. But yeah, if you know, the Axion family can send some positive vibes our way for the weekend, we really appreciate it. We hope to come away with the win. So
awesome. Well, good luck. Break a leg,
thanks,
break
man.
a stick,
Thanks. Break a club. That might happen.
dunk a ball.
Yeah. Hole in ones for everybody, right?
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Thanks for the questions. Just keep an eye on everything, guys. Just pay attention to the announcements. Follow us on Zealy. Join the Zealy campaign. Check out our last few Medium articles. The last 2 or 3 live streams, they're 30 minutes long. So we keep them about 30 minutes long. This is the longest live stream we've done probably in 3 months.
Oh, and guys, don't forget, go over to Dave C's X Spaces now. I'm going to try and go on it a little bit as well. Yeah.
I'll throw a link. I'll see if I can throw a link up to that.
Yeah, great stuff.
Here shortly. So yeah, they've already started their space. I need to go grab some lunch so I don't faint. And then I'll be jumping on that space and talking more about Axion. So let's go ahead and play us out, guys. Have an awesome weekend. I mean, we're 1 day away from weekend. So have a great day, great afternoon, great morning, whatever you're sitting there, sipping your coffee, drinking your soda, having a beer. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you here in just a few days.
We ready to ignite. We blasting off tonight. Axion down in the cloud with the crowd in the frenzy. Pound in the ground, engine sound like a Benz G. In Kamalans horizon, the skylines lit. Rocket climb like a rhyme when the lines all hit. Doing D5 better, together, forever. Meta rides more like leather than pleather. Migration to base, the flight plans drawn. The future is now. Yeah, the mic stays on. Got a 50K giveaway. Big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better. Together we stay. We're just getting started. Hear the crowd say, hey, Axion down. Those engines lit. Migration to base. The perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion down. 50K giveaway. Fast lane frame. Hey. With the game in the gearbox. Meta rods heat. Make the street lights teardrop. Code mode load like a rhyme in the riddle. Every boosters ignite. Income Island, they rockets take flight. Octane flame, every launch stays vital. 50K flip, got the grip on the title. Meta rides drift with the lift on lock. Every tick-tock click, push the rocket clock. This is next gen flex on the ledger page. Axion down, future set center stage. Got a 50K giveaway. Big today. Don't fake from the news. Man, you okay? Doing D5 better. Together we stay. We're just getting started. Hear the crowd say, hey, Axion down. Those engines lit. Migration to base. The perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion down. 50K giveaway. 50K giveaway.
All right, everybody, have a great day, great afternoon, great weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Cheers.